Day 10 and 11 I will combine in one day, as day 10 was a whole day of Slayer to unlock the Echo Boss, Grotesque Guardians. To unlock the Echo Boss, you need to fight the regular Guardians. To fight the regular Guardians, you need a brittle key from regular Gargoyles. And to get a brittle key to drop, you need to be assigned a Gargoyle task by a Slayer Master. Thus, I need 75 Slayer to begin this whole step. Now against the Grotesque Guardians, I'll shorten the whole fight in a view of a Thorns user. These two have a lot of different mechanics to try and get you to dodge. Falling rocks, charge attacks, lightning strikes. The front of it is, I take no damage. I can stand still the entire fight, not caring about the damage, the mechanics, the dodging, and every single time they're hitting zeros. And every time they hit zeros, they're increasing my maximum HP. The only time I had to move was to absorb these orbs, so the gargoyle doesn't heal back to full, but even then, he only does it once, and will keep attacking until he is dead again. The drop I need is the Echo Orb, which has a 1 in 30 to drop. If you get it on the 30th kill, it's called a pity drop. I got it through pity. As well as the combat achievement task, worth 200 points for doing combat challenges. Did not think I would be strong enough to even get as many as one. Then onto the Echo Grotesque Guardians. And this one, boy, I've missed this boss. This is the only Echo boss I remember from previous leagues. That's why you see a yellow square on the ground. I set that years ago, and it can stay. This fight still keeps the same style of dodging mechanics from the previous two, falling rocks and magic blasts. But if these don't hit you, you don't take any damage. The only thing that does hit me is the big boy himself. And as you can see, it's a lot of zeros. After he gets down low, he throws you against the bell, then starts shooting waves of fire towards you. But my plan of attack the whole fight? Run up, run down, run up, run down, until he knocks himself down through thorns and into the second phase, and then just do a couple of loops around the arena until he is dead. I've essentially turned this boss fight into my own agility course. And with that, the Echo Boss is down. Defeat 2 unique Echo Bosses, and complete 50 combat tasks. It's kind of funny that I was actually faster in the Echo Boss fight than I was against the regular ones. Each kill gives me about 50k Slayer XP and can be done in about a minute and a half. We need 92 Slayer for a Raxor and 93 for another Echo Boss. And then 19 kills later, we get the weapon to drop. It does have great defensive stats, but it's a mage staff. I fear it's going to give me unwanted XP somehow, so we'll stick to the Tench for now. On to day 11, and it's the Colosseum. I've tried this many times, but the strength is finally here, so I took it another go. I didn't record the early games, only hitting it on after Wave 9. Yes, Wave 9 with only Thorns. It goes so hard against plenty of the mobs. The Manticore launches multiple attacks. The Minotaur, who, if you get the reflect back, hits him so hard. And I'm pretty much chilled by the pillar, taking my time to get each and every enemy in every single wave, not to get cocky and knock down to 0, because they do hit zeros often, but when they do hit, they bloody well hit. I got to wave 12, and this is the final wave, the fight against the big boss. I like to go into fights and learn the mechanics myself without using a guide and seeing what's actually there, and I thought this little cube was like a stand here to activate something. Nope, it hit me with a fat 71, and I was followed up by a relentless assault from the boss, and died. But we'll run it back, lads. Get through the waves, go a little bit faster this time, a bit more aggressive on the speed, as your points are based on how quickly you get through the rounds. And we get to wave 12 yet again. But this time, I know that cube things are a little dangerous, and I lock in. I can only damage him from his slam heavy attacks, and as his health gets low, more random stuff starts to spawn, more light spots start to hit the ground, more light cubes start to come up where I have to dodge 4 at a time, crisscrossing, trying not to hit me. In fact, The boss was never a fear. I spent it watching the entire fight, looking at the light orbs, just trying to track its position, trying not to hit me, because the boss had no chance killing me at all. And after an ordeal to try and beat the Colosseum, this whole league, Wave 12 is done. So is getting the speedrunner task and obtaining 40k glory. That's pretty damn good for a Thorns only. I did my absolute best to try and be invited into a raid. And let's be honest, if you had stats like this, but then someone trying to join your raid with stats like mine, chances are you're probably going to go, yeah, nah, no thanks, mate, try someone else. Thankfully, a team did take me on, and it was a great way to see what Thorns can actually do within a full complete raid. You've seen already that I can take down the first boss. I just stand closest and hope it targets me. Pillar Bob can't be touched by me, and all I can do is give him a love tap with my golden tench. The room after, protect the pillars from spiders, well, they don't attack me either. I can't hurt them, and they don't hurt me. But I think it works in hard mode, as I think if you hit the wrong attack style, you get attacked back, so it might work with retaliation, but I won't know till I try hard. Sosty, I can take down this guy easy, because he attacks everyone, and I can get Thorns to hit back. Every now and again, he teleports the team into a pocket dimension. They need to move across the squares in the correct path. Or if you're like me, who has unlimited pie, you can just run across and live. Gargoyle Gary doesn't look like I do anything to him, so I just stood in the poison pool the entire time to show him that he also can do nothing to me. And finally, the end boss. One mechanic in this room is you use a staff to deal big damage to the boss and then drop it so another player can do the same thing as well. The issue is, this gives magic XP, so I can't pick up the staff and do this mechanic at all. What I can do is sit in front of them and tank hits, including a 112, and still survive. The phases after, stood in front of the face and became the permanent tank. I did manage to survive the whole raid on normal without dying. There are plenty of bosses that completely ruin my whole build, but I could change it the moment we unlock our tier 8 relic. I did the fire cape again. A task requires you to sacrifice a fire cape to unlock the inferno, but my fire cape is the best in slot cape I've got, so I just decided to do it again. Jad was scary this time around, hitting a 95 on me, but just early before it, if you see the icon where I reflect damage, I did, and his health just disappeared. And finally, back to the Echo Guardians. This boss I just love doing so much. It's one that I can fight and one that I can kill. But because it feels so silly to me to run around the entire ring for about a minute and a half doing sweet FA. Staying here got me defeat the Guardians 50 times, defeat the Echo Boss 25 times, and equip the Guardian boots, which are actually stronger than my rune shield and are now my brand new boots. It just means that shield needs an upgrade, and one where I need to sit at the Mithril Dragons to get that Draconic Visage.